Hi, I'm David. Welcome to another video. In this video, I'll discuss the Australian Guide to Legal Citations and how it works with EndNote and Microsoft Word. This will be done on a PC. The topics we'll cover are adding the necessary AGLC4 style file to EndNote. We only need to do this once. Manually adding references to EndNote, adding references from Google Scholar to EndNote, setting up the quick access toolbar in Microsoft Word to make it easier to add footnotes for AGLC4, inserting cite while you write AGLC4 footnote references to Microsoft Word, some things that EndNote can't do that AGLC4 requires. Last, inserting cross-references back to previous footnotes in AGLC4 in Word. There's links to various things that we use in the description. This video is brought to you by checkmycitations.com.au, and also apologies about the noise in the background. The Formula 1 is going on at the moment. The first thing we'll do is add a citation style so that we can use it in the EndNote Citation Style Manager. Go to the EndNote Styles Files page on the Check My Citations website. The link is provided in the description. Click on the AGLC4 CC link here to download the style file. Click on the EndNote ID file here to download the reference type table. On the page that opens, right-click with your mouse, select Save As, and save it to Downloads. We'll call it EndNote ID.xml, save. Okay. And that's done. And there's the style. Right click, copy, and there's copy. And so in Documents, in your Documents folder, you'll see Documents, EndNote, and Styles. And that's where you want to put it. So we copied before, so now we can paste, and it will just go in there. So I've got a version 2 and a version 3. The next thing we need to do, if you've got EndNote already open, is to close EndNote and then reopen EndNote. The reason for this is it'll then find the new style and we can use it. While EndNote's opening, let me tell you a little bit more about Check My Citations. It's based in South Melbourne. We can help you with checking your in-text citations and bibliographies in your thesis or other paper. We can do Microsoft Word formatting, adding chapters, tables and figures and more. Make contact with me at www.checkmycitations.com.au. And also don't forget to click subscribe to be notified when more content is added. In EndNote, once that reopens, go to Tools, Output Styles, and click on Open Style Manager. In the Style Manager, let's make that a bit bigger, let's go scroll down. Once we see it in there, make sure we tick it. Okay, and then close that out. And then if we, on the main screen, click on a particular reference, click on the summary, and down here you'll be able to see all the reference styles, and we can select AGLC version 2. There we are. If you'll remember, we also downloaded the reference type table. So we need, in EndNote, we need to go to Edit, Preferences, and in there we go to Reference Types. We go to Edit Reference Types and we select Import. We find the reference type table under Downloads, and that's the one I downloaded earlier. So under Downloads, EndNote ID, and click Open, and Apply, and that will now include the correct reference type table. The reason we do that is that the standard default reference types table in EndNote doesn't cater for the many types of references you'll be using for AGLC4. For example, different types of cases, parliamentary debates. So the style you download will work for all versions of EndNote from EndNote 8 onwards. And as I said before, we're using EndNote 20 here. Adding a manual reference to EndNote is the next thing I'll be talking about. Click the button here, Add New Reference, or Control N on your keyboard, and that will bring up a screen that has all the fields that you will need for the different types of references you might be adding. So for example, case, a reported case, so we can put that in here, so 2000, this versus that. Reported volume might be 23. Starting page might be 45. Okay, that's all we need for a reported case, so click on Save, and that's done. Now, adding a reference from Google Scholar. We want an article. Here we are, this PDF for instance. We want to cite this, so we add to add it to EndNote, so click Cite. Select the EndNote option here. That'll download it to Downloads. We go to Downloads, and we click on Scholar, and that will add it to EndNote here. Now, if it doesn't have all the details in there, just click on the particular reference, click Edit, that journal, so we don't use the word "the" when we're talking about AGLC journal names. So we fix that. Starting page, we've got the volume and issue, that's all we really need. The format of the title is correct, click Save. What we want to do next is add our references to our thesis. So this is a copy of a sample thesis. Let's just go to the References tab. So AGLC4 is a footnote type, so we just need to add footnotes in with Word, Microsoft Word. So to do that, we go to the References tab and we click Insert Footnote. And that will add a new footnote where our cursor was positioned after the end of the sentence. So there's a footnote here. So we can type text in, this is some text, or we can add an EndNote reference. So at this point, we click on the EndNote tab and we click Insert Citation. Now, at this point, it's also worth checking we have the right style selected. So EndNote AGLC3 or 4, version 2 or 3, I should say. And we click in the Insert Citation button. That brings up EndNote, and we can search for the citation here. So I have different references that come up from EndNote here. Now you notice there's duplicates. That's bad. I need to go through and remove duplicates. But for this example, let's just click on a citation and click Insert. That will add that citation into your thesis. Let's just check it quickly, and that looks right. It doesn't have a volume in here, so that will need to be fixed. There is a better way to add footnotes into Word using the quick access bar. We just need to add an item to the quick access bar, so right click, sort of right about there, and it brings up the Customize Quick Access Toolbar option. And then from here we select the drop down, choose commands from, and we want the References tab because we're adding the Insert Footnote button. So footnote, that's the one we want there, click Add, and click OK. Right, so you notice up the top in Word, Microsoft Word, the Insert Footnote button has appeared. Now what that means is it's a lot easier just to add a reference. So the other thing to know is if you go to the EndNote tab and then Preferences, go to Keyboard, and you'll notice that there's different shortcut keys available here. So for example, the Insert Selected Citation shortcut, which is set to Alt 2. And that's really important because what we can then do, remember Alt 2, so what we can then do is find our position in the text where we want to insert the footnote, click the Insert Footnote button, that creates our footnote item. We go into EndNote, we find the reference that we want to add, and from the keyboard we select Alt-2, and that immediately adds that footnote in. We're up to section 6, some things that EndNote can't do that AGLC4 requires. One of those is, if we look at the AGLC style guide, 6.3.2, edition numbers, we'll need a superscript for the edition numbers. This is quite important because it's quite common that you'll have second or third or fourth editions of something. For example, where I've added the footnote and the edition number is normal. What we have to do is, once we get to the end of using EndNote with our thesis or journal article, we'd go to the EndNote tab and we would convert citations and bibliography to plain text, and that cuts the link from EndNote to Word. And what that means is, and then you can edit your references quite easily, so then you could go and fix any issues. And this is something that myself at Check My Citations could definitely help you with. We would go through all the footnotes and all the bibliography and make sure that things like this have been updated. The other thing that EndNote can't do with Word is refer to a previous citation. So AGLC requires, if you've already used the citation or the reference once, for example this one, we're reusing it again here. We don't put the whole thing in again. We do what's called an above N to that reference number. So this is how that would be formatted. And of course we need the page number. Well, let's do an example. I want to add the Spivak reference in later on in the document, so I'll go to somewhere else here, insert footnote, go to EndNote, click the reference, Alt-2 on my keyboard, and by default this is what you'll get. So put your cursor in that footnote and it'll go grey. Click Edit and Manage Citations button from the top, Edit and Manage Citations. That citation will come up. In the suffix, this is really important, put a space and then the reference number back to the previous footnote, 4, close that, bracket. Now at this point you can either put a space and then the page number, 45, and then click OK. And that's done. Please note, if you're using Zotero, that can actually do this quite well. That'll be in another video that I'll be producing soon. And that's the end. We've covered all the things that I wanted to today. If you have any questions or comments, please write to me in the comment section below, and any links that I've used are in the video description. And don't forget to check out my website, www.checkmycitations.com.au.